Hey guys, D1sco here, and today I'm reacting to the Dead by Daylight update 9.0.1 bug fix patch. For those who don't know, this is the bug fix patch that was released the same day that the last Masquerade event is happening, and yeah, so I'm excited to jump into this. I briefly looked at like all the names of all the sections, and there's quite a bit going on with Springtrap. There was quite a number of Springtrap things, so I'm definitely excited to see like what they've messed with him, and what, and like obviously if there's any other characters or anything in here. But let's go. Features: AFK crows. So before I read this, I want to say something about the AFK crows. I don't know what specifically happened, but apparently, according to some comments I saw when they mentioned that they kill switched an entire feature, like, you know, like quality of life thing. I mentioned that in the past video, I believe, but it was the going next and the going next thing. They kill switched that. For those who don't know, they kill switch part of it because of, as I mentioned, and I think the last update that they did, my reaction to that patch note, if a killer player is tunneling, the survivor player gets a warning because of that system. So they kill switched it to fix it, and people were saying that they needed to fix the AFK crows. So I do not know at all what is wrong with the AFK crows, because none of them really said like what the problem was, like at all, with the AFK crows. But apparently the AFK crow system wasn't working correctly after its change, and its change was honestly a pretty minor one. So I don't know if that minor change like broke something with them, or if they just or if they're like I don't really know like what went wrong there. I just heard a lot of people complaining about it on a post that they did on YouTube. But let's see what they are changing about the AFK crow system, or at least what did change in this update. So it says that they increased the intervals at which AFK crows are gained to 120, 140, and 180 seconds, was 60, 75, and 90 seconds. I think that's fair, honestly, because sometimes it felt like you gained crows like decently quickly, and you're in like a situation with a killer or something where it'd be nice if you had more time. So it is nice that they are going to give AFK players more time. I do think, I think that's, I don't fully, like, it's hard to know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, of course, but I personally think it's good. Just to have that, you know, just to have the more time, just to have extra time. Increased the grace period before FK points started curing to 30 seconds plus 10 seconds. That's also really nice, as well. Decreased the rate at which AFK points occur while moving. The 25% was 50%. Okay, so that's technically that's a nerf, but it's like a nerf in terms of time, but I think that's definitely a buff. There's also a new thing, which we'll get to after this, because as you know, as we just said, the intervals that you get crows is longer, but then they also they gave you more of a grace period before you start getting them. Basically what this thing did is it decreases the rate that you get the AFK points, like that they occur, that they like add up while you're moving. So before you got it at a half rate, and now it's a quarter rate, and I think that's good. Just because like you are moving around, so it's nice that the points are occurring. You know, you're not like gaining points at like 50% the speed of if you weren't moving. That's nice, because now, you know, the quarter, so it's a little bit slower. It's about 25% slower now, and I definitely think that's a buff, for sure. So I can't really fault these. Obviously I understand that there's a problem with the AFK crow system, and these are some nice updates to try to make it better, for sure. It's just, it's hard to know how it's going to impact the game, especially because I'm recording this like a number of hours after this patch happened. So, decrease the rate at which AFK points occur after exit gates are powered to 25%, and that's a brand new thing. So that's nice as well. And then they reset AFK points upon completing interactions. Previously removed 60 AFK points. So that's nice too. Overall, the AFK corrosive, the new update was that it sounds fine. It sounds pretty good, honestly, for sure, to some extent. So that's pretty nice. Content, the animatronic, some stuff that I'm assuming will be in either that they'll address in here is the broken sound effects with him if you play a survivor. I don't know if it'll be addressed in here, but that's got to be something they address in here because that is a huge problem. Adjusted the color of your current door position when operating the security cameras as a survivor to improve the aura color distinction. Adjusted the following score events for the animatronic. Got him now awards deviousness points was brutality. When got him triggers a regular hit score event will also trigger that awards 300 brutality points, and that's new. Yoink now awards deviousness points was brutality. When Yoink triggers a regular hit score event will also trigger that awards 300 brutality points, that's also new. Another one now awards deviousness points was Hunter. Look at you now awards deviousness points was Hunter. Added score events for survivors facing the animatronic. So Say Cheese awards 700 boldness points upon revealing the killer for a security camera. New. Do It Yourself awards 50 survival points upon self-removing an attached fire axe, and that's new. Friend in Need awards 500 altruism points upon participating in a co-op action to remove an attached fire axe from a fellow survivor, and that's new. And then Door to Door awards 100 survival points upon entering a security door, and that's new as well. So overall, they just changed score events with them, which is fine, at least in there. Events, the 9th anniversary Twisted Masquerade event returns Thursday, June 26th at 11 a.m. Eastern. I am recording this, technically it's so late that's the 27th, but bug fixes, archives, fix an issue that caused invalid input. This item is not in the user's inventory database to be incorrectly displayed to players, so that's good. It's not fancy, but it is good. What's got audio? Wow, there's quite a bit in here, so let's get in here. I'm excited. I'm praying that they'll mention the problems with playing against Springtrap. Fix an issue that caused security camera SFX to get stuck in a loop as survivors move the camera. So that right there is related to the Springtrap problem, so that's huge. Fix an issue that caused the hatches SFX to be audible when traversing from one security door to another, so that's good. Fix the issue that caused the killer's terrorists to be inaudible while a survivor was inside a security door, and both the killer and survivors are idle. So that's good. Fix an issue that caused security camera movement SFX to only be audible when looking at the camera of the security door being used by the survivor. So that's good. Fix an issue that caused chase music to be missing for survivors when chased by Victor. Interesting. It's nice that it's not all Springtrap audio problems, but quite a bit of it was Springtrap, which makes me happy because I know that was a huge problem that essentially a lot of people online on that were saying playing against Springtrap was unplayable because of that. So the fact that that's seemingly fixed is good. Fix the issue caused one of the animatronic's voice lines to be silent when interacting with an occupied locker. Fix an issue that caused the animatronic's access of X to still be audible when thrown outside of a map's boundaries. Fix an issue that caused the French voiceover lines of the good guy to be missing. Fix an issue that caused the SMX for the artist's Leshen outfit to be louder than her other outfits. Interesting. The animatronic, once again, Fix an issue that caused survivors to see a single frame of the map when transitioning for security cameras. Fix an issue that caused an error when hit by the animatronic's axe while affected by endurance. Fix the issue caused the animatronic's grab action to be temporarily disabled if a survivor triggers an emote. Fix the issue caused the animatronic to be unable to grab survivors during a co-op axe removal. Fix the issue caused the removal axe prompt to have priority over the travel via passage prompt for survivors. Fix the issue caused the animatronics got him scoring event to trigger incorrectly on hook survivors. Fix the issue caused the animatronic survivor carrying speed to be inconsistent. So that's definitely good. Fix the issue that caused certain security doors to be usable when from behind. Interesting. Fix an issue that caused the animatronic security room jump scare to give an abrupt fade in out visual effect. Fix an issue that caused the animatronic's prompt to retrieve their axe to display incorrectly when the axe is thrown outside the map. Fix the issue caused co-op axe removal actions to not cancel when attacked. Fix the issue caused the game to desynchronize if a survivor entered a security door behind the animatronic as he grabs another survivor. Fix an issue caused the animatronic's axe to disappear when thrown into security doors. Fix the issue caused the animatronic's axe to disappear when thrown at the lower part of any interactive object, i.e. breakable door. Fix an issue caused the animatronic's yellow rabbit face to become distorted when retrieving the axe. Fix an issue that caused the animatronic to be temporarily invisible when exiting a security door. So those are all honestly pretty good changes. Some of them like less so than others, but I think overall these are all definitely good, and it's really nice to know that they're aware of a lot of the problems that unfortunately happened with some bug wise, and that they are working very hard to remove them, or at least to fix them. So that's good. So yeah, overall, not really complaining, because that is huge for sure. So yeah, I'm really happy they fixed all that, because I haven't played the game at all in a while. The last time I myself played was Orange. We played during the last we played one day during the last whatchamacallit the thingy Chaos Shuffle, that's what it was. So yeah, I'm hoping we can play the Masquerade event together quite a bit, and hoping he can help me out with some other things. But yeah, so I haven't played in a while, so seeing all that definitely didn't help me definitely didn't make it so I wanted to play. But thankfully they fixed a bunch of the problems, so that's good. Characters. Fix an issue that caused certain killers to be missing their weapons on the main menu. Fix an issue that caused the camera to get stuck after the first camera pan when the Onryo triggers a Mori on a survivor. Fix an issue that caused main menu animations to be missing for killers. Fix an issue that caused the Plague to get stuck at 4.4 base speed after being pallet stunned while charging Vile Purge. That's a problem. Fix an issue that caused the Plague Scrap Purge to change back to Vile Purge if the time runs out mid-action. Oh no. Fix an issue that caused rapid camera stutters for the ghoul when grabbing survivors with its power. That is honestly really nice. I like the idea of Kaneki, what he does in the game, but that having camera stutters when you're fast moving like that and whatnot, that definitely needed to be changed. That is a pretty big problem. Fixation caused the ghoul's cooldown of Kagane Leap to not reset properly after destroying pallets. Fix an issue that caused the ghoul's enraged mode bonus cooldown to not be correctly applied to actions. Fix issue caused hooks to not turn into scourged hooks when controlling Victor was the scourge hook. Jagged compass perk. Fix an issue that caused survivors to not become broken when missing a no quarter skill check against the Hellmaster. Fix an issue that caused the Hellmaster's dog to bypass its leap animation for pallet vaults when redirected. The fact that that dog has so many problems is crazy, but they're fixing a lot of it. For those of you who don't know, I'm not entirely sure why, but the Doomed course, which is the chapter of What's the Hellmaster, has mostly negative reviews on Steam, and I don't know why. The chapter's nothing crazy, of course, it's fine, but I'm not sure why it has mostly negative reviews. I'm assuming there's some problems with it or something that I'm unaware of. I have no idea, but people just don't like it, I guess. Fix an issue caused Dwight to be unable to self-unhook properly during the survivor tour. That's a problem. What else we got here? Environment/maps. It's crazy to me that there's still problems there. I mean, I get why, but it is also kind of strange, to an extent. Fix an issue caused a stretched texture to be visible on the carpet in the main building of the Father Campbell's Chapel map. Fix an issue caused hooks in the Autohaven Wreckers realm to have placeholder textures. Fix an issue caused survivors to be unable to access the basement on the Shelter Woods map. Fix an issue causing animatronic to be unable to interrupt a survivor interacting with a security door across multiple maps. Fix an issue caused a placeholder tile to spawn in the Cold Wind Farm realm. Fix an issue that caused projectiles to get stuck on an invisible collision above a wooden table on the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza map. That's unfortunate. I thought that map already has a bug getting fixed, but that's fair. Fix an issue that caused the camera to clip inside the Hellmaster during her spawn animation in the Withered Isle realm. Fix an issue that caused projectiles to hit an invisible collision in the Gideon Meat Plant map realm. Fix an issue that caused survivors and killers to get stuck to be able to climb on top of objects on the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza map. Interesting. I don't know. I never really fully understood why they don't like players being able to climb stuff, like the rocks and the snow map. You could climb that. The ski resort map, Ormond. That you could climb some of the rocks in that map at one point, but unfortunately that got removed. I don't fully get it because it's a fun little thing for players, to be able to climb stuff, and I understand that that's not intended by behavior, but it does suck that they remove it because to some extent it feels like they're removing some of the player fun, so it's unfortunate. I kind of get it because I know it's not intentional, but it is unfortunate at the same time. Platforms. Fix an issue that caused a crash on Switch 2 when launching the application. I really don't think many of the people that own a Switch 2 are playing this game. I do think it's important to fix those fix any issues, especially a crash with the platform, but at the same time it's not many people own it, and take OG Switch, for instance. A lot of people did not play OG Switch Dead by Daylight because it's the worst performing version of the game in terms of performance and stuff. So just kind of, I get it. I do get it though. Fix an issue that caused directional survivor SFX to not work properly after exiting security camera view. No, a fix for this issue was previously deployed on Steam last week. Yeah, so that's huge. The fact that they're fixing so much of the audio problems that ended up happening with Springtrap is so good to see. I'm really happy about that because he had so many problems. So the fact that he's getting those, so the fact that they're fixing those just makes me really happy. UI. Fix an issue that caused the cannot start with 2 killers warning to disappear after transitioning from the store to a custom game lobby. Fix a potential crash issue when exiting a trial immediately after making progress on a challenge. That's a problem. I mean, that is a huge problem. Miscellaneous, fix an issue that caused the pickup interaction to have higher priority over locker search when a down survivor is next to locker. Yeah, that's fair. And known issues, finally. On Steam and Windows, a flashing light can sometimes be seen when the user hovers over the Friends menu and their online state refreshes after tapping out of the title. Interesting. So they didn't mention it here in this at all, so I'll mention it. Earlier I saw a video. Apparently, they added Maurice back into the game. For those of you who don't know, Maurice has left the game twice, has just been removed from that map. That's the, like, zombie horse thing on the one map. The first time, it was because they were, it was, like, related to Dredge, because they were giving Dredge a Maurice skin, so they kind of did that as a fun thing, and you can actually still see when you watch the animation of Dredge in the lobby, you actually still see Maurice's dead, like, horse head come out of his body and get sucked back in. The second time, which is the more recent time, it was because of Assassin's Creed Shadows. They actually got to put Assassin's Creed Shadows actually they got to put Maurice into that game. It's like an Easter egg. I don't know where it is. I have never played the game. I don't know, like, anything about that, but apparently that was a thing that happened. But the video that I saw was saying that they should, like, remove him again, because apparently when they added him back, after the whole Assassin's Creed Shadows thing, apparently he's, like, messed up where if a survivor gets downed, he actually, like, clips into Maurice's head, and then the killer cannot grab him at all, unless occasionally he can grab you when Maurice moves his head to the side, and sometimes that still doesn't work. So I just wanted to point that out here in this video, because I saw a video about it earlier, and it sounds like behavior is it aware of it yet. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's just a bug fix patch, so it's hard to, like, fully comment on it, because there's nothing, like, crazy going on with any characters or anything like that. But I think overall the bug fixes that they fixed were huge. Fixing potential crashes is always a good thing, so it's nice to seeing some potential crash things get fixed. And not only that, but so much of Springtrap's problems with his SFX and whatnot getting fixed is a huge W. I've seen, like, video titles and whatnot where they and things on Reddit saying that the game, like, playing against him was where he was basically unplayable against because of the problems. So it's nice that they're fixed now. So that way we won't have to worry about those problems anymore. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, ring the bell, do all the aggressive garbage. It helps us out a lot. It means a lot to us. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.